So again, that's very simple imagery. Just a couple of notes. There's very little spent on visual. It's mostly kinesthetic. It's mostly what it feels like to your body, because your body understands that language. And it does some amazing things. Even imagery this simple can shift your cortisol levels, can heighten immune function. So even something this simple. Did anybody notice themselves getting a little teary? Great sign. The centers of the brain that process images are sort of kissing cousins to the centers of the brain that process emotion. So often, just the simple act of imagining a favorite place can start your eyes tearing. It's a good thing. Any questions, comments? Yes? You're feeling a rapid heartbeat. That's less usual, but possible. Does it also, with a rapid heartbeat, does it feel anxious? Interesting.
Excited.
Oh, maybe you really want to go to this place. She went without a passport. Well, usually the heart rate gets much slower, but images are real to the body as actual events. If you were in an exciting place, what can I tell you? Any other comments, questions? Okay. Somebody over, yes?
Do you have a CD that just has that music?
Do I have a CD with just that music? Yes, and in fact, The Gathering Place has that CD too. That music is, I think it's called Music from Health Journeys, and I just gave a batch to Ellen, so, yes?
Is it normal for your mind to skip from one happy place to another happy place?
Is it? Yes. The question is it normal for your mind to skip from one happy place to another happy place? There is a substantial segment of the population. It's a little obsessive. And I'm one of them, so about 20%. And you can spend the entire meditation trying to decide what's the absolute best happy place. And, I like the ocean, but then again, the mountains are good. So usually people who do this, myself included, will respond pretty well to just the suggestion, just pick one. And in fact, you can go back and do more later. You can do every single happy place in your life, but just pick one for the sake of this exercise. And usually that's enough to stop. Great question. I always get that question. Okay, anybody else? Yes?
How about yawning?
Yawning. How about yawning? Yes, yawning is another form of releasing tension. And so there is a lot of yawning. It goes with the sneezing, coughing, tearing, gooing thing. Yes. And it's a good sign. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. You've tried twice now. Talk to me.
Does it necessarily have to be a place, or can it be a place with people you like to be with?
Oh, yeah. Does it have to be a place, or can it be just a gathering of special, absolutely, whatever gives you that feeling of peace, safety, protection, support? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a place. And in fact, all of these things, you do your own editing. If you don't like what the narrator says, edit. Off with her head. Somebody over here? Yes.
I started feeling like warm, especially on my face.
Yes, and in fact, if you could see what I can see, all of your faces, she said, I started feeling warm, and especially on my face. Your face is very pink. That's what happens. There's a lot of blood that goes to the head, so people get this very pink undertone to their skin, regardless of what their basic skin color is. There's this flush that comes under the skin, and you look very angelic. You really do. I mean, it's a great sight from here. Your face also irons out, so your wrinkles kind of fade. This is really true. It's the cheapest spa date you've ever had. But the face does iron out.
So it's not just because I was imagining I'm on a beach.
Well, she said it's not, so it's not just because I was imagining being on a beach. That would contribute to it, but no, my bet is, given the rosiness of your cheeks, you would get this way every time, no matter what you were imagining. Okay, yes?
What if you fall asleep?
What if you fall asleep is the question. Let me ask you this. Did you notice when it was over? You knew when it was over. Okay, I would suggest to you that you were not sleeping, that you just were really zoned out. And you're totally aware of when the imagery ends. And how many people did that? It's sort of like, stop being aware of what was being said. Yeah, there's usually a bigger group than this even that does that. I do that. And I think, again, even if you don't hear consciously what's going on, it's getting in. We did a little test with people with diabetes to see people who fell asleep after the introduction every time really fell asleep. And it turned out that their blood sugar levels were steadily being reduced, even though they didn't consciously hear a word. So you don't have to worry. If you're curious, if you're listening to this and you want to know what's on it, what you can do is stand or lean against a wall or walk around a kitchen table just so that you force yourself to sort of be that oriented that you're going to notice. But there's nothing wrong with doing that. Yes?
Do you ever take a survey of where the people have gone or where their images were?
Do I ever take a survey of where people go? No, because as long as it provides, I don't care where they go, as long as it provides them with that sense of peace. What we're after is not a specific place, but it's a feeling in the body that's going to reduce cortisol and amp up feelings of well-being.
Well, we used your spiritual guided imagery for a prayer group, and we did take a survey of what everyone did and where they went. And ironically, it was near water and sunny days.
You know, this is another workshop, but she said that they did some imagery like this in a group and everybody was kind of in the same general venue. That happens a lot. I think that's that intuitive contagion thing. It's almost like the group is having an experience. But that's another workshop. That's intuition. Yes?
Does it have to be a real place?
Oh, no. Does it have to be a real place? No. Whatever does it for you. Doesn't, yeah, absolutely. Okay.